What are some of the side effects of DMT? Deep divers. You start smiling for no apparent reason. And everyone else is frowning. Sudden burst of joy. A euphoria floods your entire body. Improved sleep. Less stress. Ralph, what? How can I get my hands on some DMT? Deep divers, don't worry about it. Your body naturally produces DMT. All you have to do is learn how to release it. Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Beautiful deep divers, we are out here in nature, baby. Beautiful sunny day. You can hear those beautiful birds up there. They're on vacation, by the way. We're just, breathing in that good ass prana, baby, sending you tons of good energy. Take that, take that, take that. Now, deep divers, we are about to dive deep into DMT. Are you ready to fly? Yes, so is the cat down the road. Deep divers, how to release DMT and trust the universe. Now, DMT is actually called the spirit molecule for a reason. Once you can really learn how to produce and release copious amounts of DMT, it is the best feeling ever. I'm about to share with you what's helped me release tons of DMT every single day, and that's why I'm so high off life. Deep divers, and we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? Yeah. So what is DMT? Dimethyltryptamine, okay? DMT is the spirit molecule, and it is found everywhere. In plants, in animals, even in our body. And it's actually a naturally occurring psychedelic. Once you are producing DMT, life does not look the same. It's like, oh my gosh, it's almost as if you are being born again. And in many ancient cultures, they learn the art of producing lots of DMT. And there are ways to do this. Our body naturally produces DMT, but we can also switch that mechanism off. The pineal gland is responsible for producing DMT, and it's actually the gateway into other dimensions. Slow motion this side. It is the spirit molecule. Okay, when I came across DMT, I was listening to a lot of Terence McKenna, who always used to say, culture is not your friend. And what the ancients knew, the shamans, that if you are really learning how to release DMT, you will actually now have altered states of consciousness. In ancient Egypt, you had the lotus. In the murky waters, the lotus grew. And that also contains DMT. You also have the Acacia nilotica, another plant in ancient Egypt, which also gave them altered states of consciousness, and that also has DMT inside of it. Okay, ayahuasca. A lot of people go to Peru every single year for the ayahuasca retreat, even the cat down the road, and that contains a lot of DMT. And what happens? All of a sudden, They are having a different mind. They are seeing reality in a different way. Okay? Anytime I'm producing lots of DMT, for me, separation ends, because separation, deep divers, is the greatest illusion ever created. When you are producing lots of DMT, it is all about the synthesis, right? The synthesis. Everything is coming together. For the first time, you realize everything is connected. There is no other. Slow motion this side. Okay, so how do I release this DMT? Well, deep divers, it starts by realizing DMT is produced by the pineal gland, the seat of the soul. So, what shuts down the pineal gland? Tap water, Ralph, absolutely. Fluoride. Got fluoride? No, I don't, right? Because that inhibits DMT production. But what actually produces more DMT is healthy spring water. That's the best kind of water to drink. Also, drinking water pH 9, pH 10. Once again, this activates the pineal gland, thus producing more DMT, and we can start taking more trips to other dimensions and become our greatest version. So, to release DMT, it first starts with decalcifying your pineal gland. I got a video on that, over 2 million views. And learning to realize, when you learn how to decalcify your pineal gland by drinking healthy spring water, pH 10 water, all of a sudden, your third eye starts to open. Okay? And if you realize, deep divers, when you are producing copious amounts of DMT, you start to see with your first eye, right? They call it the third eye. It's actually the first eye. It's actually the first eye, because there is no duality. You are only seeing everything as one. Slow motion this side. Okay? 7-day vegan challenge. What also activates the pineal gland to help us release the DMT? A plant-based diet. Dark leafy greens. Deep divers, I've been a vegan for nearly 15 years, and I can't tell you how many trips I've taken. I take trips every single day because I'm eating lots of kale, a complete source of protein, arugula, watercress, spinach, high in iron. Once you are doing this, you are removing toxins, flushing out toxins from your body and mucus from your body. Realize mucus, like Dr. Sebi would always tell me, is one of the greatest causes of dis-ease in the body. But did you know this, deep divers, that mucus inhibits DMT? So we want to be eating a plant-based diet, mucus-free, okay? Deep divers, how to release DMT. Stress inhibits DMT. A stress-free life produces more DMT. So if you want to start having altered states of consciousness, which is awareness, you have to start living a more stress-free life. Deep divers, every single day I'm in nature, I'm just, breathing in that good ass prana, baby, producing lots of DMT because I'm reducing the cortisol levels inside my body. I'm stress-free. Now, let's talk about the science, the research. You have Rick Strassman has a book called The Spirit Molecule. Great book, okay? But also, you have Dr. Eben Alexander of Harvard Medical School. In 2008, he was actually in a coma. And he actually documented everything after the experience. And he had this near-death experience. And basically, he started to realize, actually, there are other dimensions beyond this one. Slow motion this side. And And he was aware of the fact that DMT can actually help us time travel. It can actually help us move from the third dimension to other dimensions. In the University of Sao Paulo, they realized, their research showed that DMT was a natural antidepressant. They were giving people DMT and people were just chilling out, right? DMT is produced in everyone, in every single person you see, it is produced. But DMT is not for everyone, deep divers, even though it's in everyone. You see, when people are going to Peru to take ayahuasca, when people are going to Africa to take ibonga, right? These plants which actually have tons of DMT, they are going on trips, okay? What happens? They start seeing everything in a whole new way. But DMT, because it's a psychedelic, it opens up everything, okay? It opens you up to your greatest aspirations and your greatest fears, okay? So a lot of people who are taking DMT, they start to see their shadow side. That's why I always say ayahuasca is not for everyone, because a lot of people who have taken ayahuasca, they will tell you that, Ralph, what? It opened up my greatest fear. It was a trip, right? But also, the beautiful part of taking ayahuasca ibonga is that it actually frees you from the limitations of this matrix. And now you start to realize everything is energy. This is what the ancients knew. We are energy in human form, a multi-dimensional being having a human experience. To release DMT, you have to have an open mind, okay? So there is Joe Blogs and there is Ralph Smart, right? Joe Blogs doesn't really believe in all of that stuff, DMT, even though it's a scientific fact, okay? His pineal gland is calcified. But one day, Joe had a dream and he dreamt of himself flying. And he's like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. He started to move out of the confinement of the 3D reality. And he woke up and he's like, that's amazing. But then he went back to his old life. Ralph Smart is having these kinds of dreams every single day. And the reason why I'm having them every day and Joe is not is because I'm open to it. And that's how to release DMT. You see, the amount of openness you have to a new paradigm is the amount of DMT your brain will produce. Slow motion this side. There's something called epigenetics. Okay, the great Dr. Bruce Lipton talks about it. We can literally change our DNA based on our own perception. So you can actually will into existence DMT. You can actually make yourself produce more DMT by just believing that you will. That's what we call epigenetics, right? And I've seen that. How to release DMT, deep divers? What's helped me along my journey is to realize this. The more open you are, the more open the doors of perception are within your mind, the more DMT you will produce. There's a reason why in ancient Kemet or Egypt, they were so advanced, building pyramids, because their third eye was open. Their pineal gland was decalcified. Therefore, they could take tons of trips. They were taking trips. You see, meditation is one of the best ways to release DMT. What is meditation? Meditation is the art of absorbing yourself in the present moment. Absorbing yourself in the present moment 100%. You see, a lot of us, we get distracted. But I started to release tons of DMT when I concentrated on my breath. You see, when I'm breathing in that good ass prana, baby, I'm actually producing DMT. So how is our breath linked to the amount of DMT we produce or not. Once again, deep divers, stress inhibits DMT production, okay? So therefore, a stress-free life, which can be induced through, breathing deep from the base of your spine, baby, breathing in that good ass prana, baby, all of a sudden you start to produce DMT and have a new way of seeing the world. Slow motion this side. You can now see through the Maya. That it's all a stage, that it's all a joke. And you start to laugh because you have this inner freedom. Why was Buddha so enlightened? Because he was producing tons of DMT. He started to realize this world is not the true world. The true world is actually the inner world, deep divers. Going on the journey within is how you produce DMT. So let's go back to breathing. This breathing exercise is so powerful to release DMT. What I love to do is to breathe for 4, you hold for 4, and then you release for 4. And if you do that for 30 minutes, all of a sudden, your whole body starts to relax. You're doing a very relaxed samba right now, right? You're feeling so at peace. And this is how to release DMT. You see, there's a reason why a lot of people can't produce a lot of DMT. They're only stuck in the 3D matrix because they are too stressed out, in a hurry to get nowhere fast. So start doing these breathing exercises. Also, nostril. Hold this like this. Breathe through this one for 10. And then you release for 10. You breathe for 10. And then you release for 10, right? So that really helps. So once again, we naturally produce DMT. It's accessible to each one of us. And it is the best psychedelic drug because it's not a drug, deep divers. It's actually a way of life. And it's inside you. You have this power inside you. But you can only release DMT once you start to open your mind to new possibilities. That we are infinite beings with unlimited potential. And the more open your mind is, the more trips you will take. And then, deep divers, well, you'll just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? There. Beautiful deep divers will just, breathing in that good ass prana, baby, releasing the spirit molecule. Can you feel it? Oh yes, Ralph. Deep divers. Shout out to everybody who's been getting the amazing good ass prana shirts at ralphsmart.com/close. Got a question? Add me on Instagram at Infinite Waters. The model search is also on. If you think you've got what it takes, ladies and fellas, add me on Instagram at Infinite Waters. Check out the new book, Deep Divers. For information like this, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon. Deep divers, have a beautiful day producing tons of DMT. And sunlight is a great way to produce tons of DMT. Start sun gazing. Because once again, that activates the pineal gland. Now you're producing the melatonin. Start eating foods that have serotonin. Bananas, which have tryptophan, serotonin, okay? Dark chocolate has tons of tryptophan, which produces serotonin, which actually makes melatonin. Now we have a fully active pineal gland, and now before you know it, you're producing tons of DMT. Have a beautiful day, deep divers. Peace. Infinite Waters, diving deep. Once again, stay well, stay healthy. Peace. So it looks like everyone's going to be taking some trips. A lot of trips. Where are you going? To the 5th dimension, Ralph. So am I. Peace.